Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Ian, and today's video is not a tour. I've been asked once or twice about the equipment I use and the editing software I use when making my videos, so I thought I'd go through some of that now and I hope you find it interesting. I use several cameras and a couple of drones, and I use them depending on the actual thing I'm doing. I'm actually filming on my iPhone today, which is very rare for me these days, but I do occasionally do a little bit of secondary filming or B-roll on my iPhone when I'm out and about, because it's with me all the time. I used to have a GoPro that I used to use as effectively a dash cam. The problem I found with the GoPro is it got very hot, and I wanted something that was also cooler. DJI came up with the Osmo Action 4, which was supposed to run quite a lot cooler and was a much more modern camera than the one I was using. And this is it. It's really quite small, it's quite heavy, it's a good camera, smashing little camera. And I run it with a polarizing filter on the front all the time. It does get a little warm, but it's a very good camera, has a front screen as you can see, and I use this occasionally as a dash cam these days. I tend to use my Wolfbox dash cam at the moment, but I'm intending to use this again as a dash cam for the entrance videos to try and cut down on the windscreen reflections. So that's what I use this for mainly, but I do have various mounts that I use with it, and you'll have seen some of my videos where I've been out cycling, and when I've been cycling I tend to wear this mount here, which straps around me, and the camera sits about here, and I've managed to get it so that once I've got it on, it's in the right position to get the best footage, showing just about the handlebars of the bike and whatever I'm doing. So I use that mount if I'm cycling, and again I use the Osmo Action. The main camera that I use when I'm filming is this one, and this is the DJI Pocket 3. The beauty of this little camera is that it actually has a proper gimbal on it. So that it's not all done in software. It will tilt and turn, good 3-axis gimbal, and it works extremely well. You can also buy the camera with a pack, which includes an additional battery and also a little tripod, and this can be very handy indeed, because it's just nice to sit down. It's very stable and it works exceptionally well. Really love this little camera, and when I'm doing my tours of sites and if I'm walking through woods or whatever, this is the camera I'm using all the time. It's nice and easy to fit in the pocket. It has a 1/4-20 jack on the bottom, so that I can fit a selfie stick or a tripod or anything like that I want with it. Works very, very well. I love this camera to bits. And I use this, as I say, most of the time. As I said at the beginning, I used 2 drones, and the first drone I got was this one, and this is the little DJI Neo. It's a very, very simple drone to fly. In fact, you don't need a controller to fly it. You can, by using presses of the button here, you can get it to follow you, for example. So you've probably seen some of the footage where I've been cycling and there's been film from behind me, or I've been walking and again film from behind me. That will have been created with this. I just literally tell it to follow me and set off, and it follows me like a little puppy. It takes 4K video. It takes very good video actually, and if you haven't had a drone before, it's cheap and cheerful. It just has a 2-axis gimbal, just up and down, so it's not as capable as some drones, but this is a smashing little drone. It really is nice, and you can get a fly more combo, which gets you another couple of batteries and a battery charger, and also has a controller. And this particular controller, you fit your phone into this section, plug that into your phone, and you use the DJI Fly app with it. And it works exceptionally well. It's a smashing little drone, but as I say, its biggest plus is that you don't need to take a controller with you. You can just pop that in your pocket with a spare battery if you wish, get to where you're going, turn it on, tell it to follow you, and it will do so. Smashing little thing. Of course, if you want to take really good drone footage, you need a really good drone. And this is possibly the best value for money drone on the market today. This is the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Has a full 3-axis gimbal, and as you can see, it's somewhat larger than the Neo. If I get the Neo back, you can see the difference in the size of the two. But this is an extremely stable drone, whereas the Neo will only fly in winds of 3-4 miles an hour. This will handle 20 miles an hour quite happily, and because it's a full 3-axis gimbal, I've had it bouncing around like this in the wind, and you don't notice it when it comes out on film. It takes 4K, it will do slow motion, it has sensors on it for obstacle avoidance. It's a smashing drone, and it's only 249 grams, which virtually strips all of the problems about flying out of the question. You can fly this just about anywhere. I am actually a member of FPV UK, which is one of the industry clubs, so I do have insurance, etc. And I do have a registration to fly drones in the UK. It's a great little drone, and I got again the Fly More package, which gives you additional batteries and a charger. You get about 20 minutes flight out of a battery, and a much more capable controller, which is complete with everything you need, including the DJI Fly app, which is on here. So everything is in here to control that. It will do autonomous flight, but you can do all kinds of things with this. It's really a very capable drone, and it's probably going to be updated this year to the 5, which makes the 4 a really compelling buy if you fancy a drone. This is so easy to fly, it's unbelievable. There is a skill to flying if you're filming at the same time, but it really is a smashing little drone and well worth the money. And if you're making content like the stuff we do for motorhomes, it really does make a big difference. There are a couple of things that I like to do and that my cameras will do. They will film in standard 4K footage and everything automatic, but I've started now filming in something called D-Log-M, which is a very flat color profile, but it's 10-bit instead of 8-bit. And just to put that into perspective and take all the technical stuff out of it, whereas the standard footage in 8-bit will film in millions of colors, in 10-bit you're filming in billions of colors. So that actually improves your footage. You don't always see it on YouTube, but it can't harm to have more light and shade in the filming. So I'm trying to improve that all the time. I fly this as well with a polarizing filter pretty much all the time, but I'm wanting to get into a little bit more serious filming, and in order to do that I will need to start using ND filters. If you've done any photography at all, you'll know about ND filters, neutral density filters, and basically they're sunglasses for the drone. So if you start filming at lower shutter rates, then you can actually keep the exposure down with these, and it just helps you to get good footage. So I'm trying to experiment with that, trying to experiment with manual exposures now. We'll see how that goes, but I am slowly but surely improving my skills as far as the photography is concerned and the flying of the drones, etc. is concerned.
So for audio, I use this mic. It's again DJI, so it's guaranteed to work with the products. It actually works with any Bluetooth device. The recordings that I've done up to now, apart from this segment, were done with it connected to the iPhone. I never have to make any audio adjustments other than volume or maybe mic isolation if there's a lot of background noise. The equalization of the microphone is superb, and it just makes life so much easier. It has a clip on the back to put on your shirt or your jumper or whatever. If you're just wearing a t-shirt, that's a really clever idea, a little magnet here, and you put that inside your t-shirt or whatever, and it will just hold that in place quite happily. Some people put the microphone inside the shirt and the magnet on the outside, whichever works for you. Putting it on the inside, of course, if it's windy, will help with the wind noise, but this pop shield is absolutely superb in winds. You've heard me probably mention a couple of times in videos where I've said, apologies for wind noise, and when I actually come to listen back to it, there isn't any. It works remarkably well. At the price point, it's unbelievably good. You can get a twin pack with a charger, and they also now do the DJI Mic Mini, which has two, about half the size of this, two mics in a chargeable case. This is the DJI Mic 2, and it really, really is a smashing mic, and I can't recommend it highly enough.
So let's talk about editing. So this is my editing software of choice. This is DaVinci Resolve, and this is the media page, and this is where I import the media I want for the project. And the way I do it is I have a little external hard drive that I use. It's an external SSD, and then I can take that with me and work on my MacBook when I'm remote. But otherwise I work mainly on my Mac at home, and you can see here all the various films that have been created, and we're looking at Barnard Castle, and I tend to then put everything in folders inside of that so I can see what I've got and easily switch between clips, etc. So the dash cam, the drone footage, video footage, all those kinds of things, and also images, and Linda's photographs. She tends to do most of the photography work. She's got a much better eye for a photograph than I have. All that then is just dragged down into here, which is the media pool, and then I can go on to the edit page, and all my media shows here. So I've got all of it here, including the music, and I could sort it in plenty of ways, in all the usual ways. Down here are all the effects that I can use, from transitions to audio effects. I tend not to use video transitions very much at all. I tend to use video switching on beat of music or something similar to that. Occasionally do a little crossfade or something similar. Very now and then I will use a transition, but I try not to if I can possibly avoid it, apart from fade to black, which you can fade into black and back out of that again, and that works extremely well. Down here you can see all the stuff that I've actually done. This is actually a relatively simple edit, but all up here in blue are the video tracks, and then down here in green are all the audio tracks. So I've got various songs and spoken audio tracks that come in here, and I'm able to edit all of this in any way I wish. If I'm on a video track, for example, the inspector gives me lots of things that I can use here, so I can just double click in here if I need to stabilize something, for example, and I can switch all of these on or off. If I'm on an audio track, again, I've got lots of things I can change here: the volume, the pan, all the AI voice isolation, which can be very, very useful at times. Even in the free version, the voice isolation is very good. and that just enables me to lower the background a little bit. Sometimes you need to do that. For example, in this particular video, I had a clip of me in Barnard Castle itself. I was just panning around and showing you the town, and there was a lot of background traffic noise, so I was able to lower down that traffic noise in order for me to be able to be heard. I didn't want to take it out completely because that wouldn't have felt real, but I was able to take it away so that it worked properly. And down here you've got the mixer, so you can see your various audio tracks here, and you can change them and EQ them and do whatever you need to do to make them sound correct. If I need to do any color correction, this is the page I use. This is what DaVinci Resolve is mainly known as, and this is how it started. So doing color grading is really very powerful in DaVinci Resolve. I can change all the various aspects of color. Over here I've got scopes, so I can see whether I'm underexposed, overexposed, etc. And again, we've got some more effects here, and I can create nodes to do various things and just alter the way things look. Just bring up the shadows a bit, maybe bring up the highlights slightly, whatever I need to do to make it look correct, and to make sure that the color is the same throughout the video wherever I possibly can. There's also a Fairlight page, which is where all the audio is dealt with. Again, you've got your mixer down here and all your various effects that you can add, including EQ, etc. It's a really, really useful tool. And when you're finished with all of that, at the end here is where you actually render the video. Now, I tend to work in 1080p when I'm actually working. And the reason for that is that it's just easier and quicker to edit in 1080p rather than making the processor work hard using full 4K video. But before I'm finished, what I do is I change the timeline resolution here to 4K, and then I put all the information in that I want for the particular thing. I tend to use H.265 because it makes for slightly smaller video. And here I can directly upload to YouTube along with the title and description. I can put chapters in if I wish, etc. All of that can be done here without doing anything in YouTube at all. Once I'm happy that I've got everything in, I add it to the render queue here, and you can see here the file that I use for that. Once that's in there, I just click render all, and it will then start to render the movie. When it's finished doing that, it will directly upload it into my account on YouTube, and once it's up there I can do whatever I need to, put it in my playlists, etc., and just top and tail the whole thing. So there we are. That's DaVinci Resolve, my editing software of choice. I think it's absolutely terrific. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour around my recording equipment. Maybe it gave you some ideas as well. As always, thanks to all of you who have subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much, it all helps. And if you have enjoyed it, do give me a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. I always enjoy reading those. And until the next time, thanks very much for watching. Cheerio.